All right, as we are back here in Payson, the 2020 Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball, as we have Desert Thunder taking on Captain, who's played the first game and then got a nice little break.
Oh, yeah.
As they are back. Shelby Pacheco, former Utah Ute, 4 years starting catcher, so when she's talking to us about pitches and strike zones, she knows obviously what she's talking about. I'm Michael Caratanudo, and definitely apologies to, it is Mia, it's two eyes. I messed up the writing there. Number 7 is Mila Campos for Desert Thunder. But leading off for Captain is number 19. Oh, wow. Well, we have a new pitcher, no surprise, but that is number 19 leading off for Captain. That's Riley Flynn, who we saw pitch. But pitching now, we have number 50, and that is Julia Holt. Well, it goes from first base to pitcher, and let's see how she dominates. Oh, look at that spin right there.
We can already tell it's going to be a tough pitch today.
Ooh. And again, it was off speed, and it just seemed like it took a while to get there, but it was almost like a bowling ball breaking there. So as look at that, she does it. Oh, and that time.
That ball's moving. Did you see that drop?
Yes. Flynn says, I dare you to do that again, and, well, Holt did. That being said, but yeah, I mean, that's crazy. It looked like a bowling ball breaking, and it just rolled over the plate and seemingly froze Flynn. But on the second time, Flynn fouls it off. So full count, 3-2. Holt, goes up high, and she just checks her swing. Going down to first base. And I just want to remind everybody that the first pitch in Payson was brought to you by PaysonRimCountry.com. So as Holt delivered that first pitch to. Maybe she's a good bowler too. I wonder if Holt put that down as things.
Could be.
We'll see. I didn't see that on her initial thing. But as now stepping in, that is number 16 who takes or 66. Sorry, that's Skylar Williams. As she takes a. Williams again, a 2022 player.
That was a good pitch to swing at. It was belt high. That looked good.
Well, her favorite college softball program. We're getting the whole pack covered. University of Washington, Shelby.
Oh, yeah. You know, I saw a lot of favorite players on lists, and it was Sis Bates.
It's just, yeah.
Wow. I thought it could be our first double play of the day.
Oh, that's so close, but they get the force out. So that's grounded there, and now we have a pinch runner, as that will be Jolie Benson, who, well, she wants to get back into the batter's box. Forget the bases that she cracked that 3-run jack in the first game.
Oh, yeah.
But now stepping in, that is number 44. Caitlin Parsons, seen her play third base, seen her play, again, both corners, seen her play first base. Takes the first pitch from Holt as strike one. And it looks like we have number 33 behind the plate. That is Allie Noble. So, different pitching there, and man, for again, Desert Thunder. Oh, look at that. Parsons goes right
back at her.
Yep, up the middle, just to the shortstop side of second base. She gets a base hit. That'll send Benson over to second, and now Listordo. Listordo, remember the power hitter and the catcher who caught, again, their first game.
Caught the first game, yeah.
I know you started.
She was a brick house.
Yeah, you were saying blocking the plate, everything. And runners on first and second, so with one out, here the defense. Here Noble calling out the force of 3. Yeah, Listordo again, Hamilton High School, heading into her junior year as Holt delivers. Ooh, look at that, puts a little extra pepper and spins it to the inner part of the plate.
That was.
and I know you and I talked about film earlier, but I mean, as a catcher, Shelby too. I mean, obviously, in whatever tournament play, showcase play, I mean, you don't have a ton of video that you can go to, and the first few times, I mean, you face, or the first time you face each person in the lineup, I get it's a chess match, but I mean, how tough is it even for the pitcher, not for you as a catcher and pitcher, to get on the same page and try and see what you want to keep away from them?
Well, as you look at film, you got to write down the stats. You got to say, is she good at the inside? Is she good at the outside? Are the high pitches what she wants? And, you know, you kind of want to stay away from what she likes.
Right, but I'm saying in tournament play like this, you don't really have time to look at film, so how much is that adjustment maybe a teeny bit longer?
Yeah, I'm sure you have to play by pitch, you know.
Well, the 1-2 pitch from Holt to Listordo, and well, that bounces just in front of the plate. Listordo's like, I will not chase. I'm going to be patient.
Oh, yeah.
So, and runners on first and second. Again, trying to get a run here in the first is Captain, and Listordo swings.
Oh.
And
oh my goodness. I think she was a little confused there.
Well, did that ball hit the ground?
It did.
Okay.
The runner took off. And
I'm asking you because, man, I thought that Noble just gobbled that up. That's why I thought it was her glove. I'm like, the ball didn't. Never mind. The umpire's closer than me. So that ball did hit the ground, and Listordo takes off. The runner just safe at third. Obviously second, so now second and third as Coos kind of comes up to bat. And that rolls past Noble, goes to Holt. Oh, Holt trying to snag it and make the tag, but look at that.
It was a bang-bang.
Getting in for the first. Well, the pinch runner, well, Benson comes around to score. So either way, she's like, I'm going to cross home plate.
Scoring early.
So Haley Coos, again, the 4.83 GPA. Favorite subject, math and engineering. Wants to get into medical engineering, like we said. Likes to work with kids with autism. So, you know, people say athletes, oh, they have to be charitable, this and that. But, you know, to me, it's always funny because people say, oh, they make them go. No, I mean, if you actually sit down and, like, talk to a lot, like, it is great to get involved with that.
Oh, yeah.
With any, well, when I say that, I mean, like charities and, I mean, kids with autism, again, I mean, you see leaps and bounds, like, what it does. So that's what Coos is.
The more you can give back as young as you are, I mean, the better. Giving back is out. It feels great.
Man, Julia Holt, I mean, off speed, but when she rips that fastball, again, when she starts hitting the corners, it's going to be very tough for Captain to put in play. But they're up 1-0 as Coos. Oh, look at that! Right past first base into right field, and well, the throw to first because, again, like you said, it seemingly is a bigger infield and with the turf grass. And again, I'm obviously with everybody watching, you mentioned, but I mean the turf does get a little bit hotter when you play on turf than grass.
I didn't even know it was turf until we interviewed.
Well, I had walked when I came in. I was like, oh, it's a turf field. I've seen it because I've seen at some high school. Xavier, I know, has it, and I've done there. Ooh,
it could be quite bouncy.
Yes, and that's in fielding ground balls is different. So as Maddie Muelling, the 2023 player out of American Leadership Academy in Gilbert, again finished his freshman year with a 4.44 GPA. So 2-0 now. Captain leading. So our first two games we see runs later. Our first two games, and then our second two we see runs early.
Oh yeah, scoring early.
Oh, Muelling shaking her head because it looks like she didn't want to swing and then did, and that pitch seemed a little low.
Those are the worst.
But Julia Holt. Oh, I'm seeing already. Oh, is that towards second? Oh, look at that. The nice little right-handed flip over to shortstop. They get to the final out, but man, starting the game quick. Top half of the inning, 2 runs for Captain.
They have to feel good about that inning, though.
Captain or?
Captain,
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Get some runners on. And I mean, some of these girls are teammates in high school for Captain. I know we have Riley Flynn, who goes to Xavier. Elliott Smith also plays for Captain, goes to Xavier. But man, it's again Cassidy Morrow, who maybe we'll see goes to, like I say, in Tucson, Saguaro.
Oh yeah.
So definitely.
You know, it's always hard too to play the same girls that you play with in high school ball, in club ball, because I mean, you know what they like, you know what they don't like, so you can use that to your advantage when you're out on the field.
You heard Listordo there tell our pitcher that was good there when she delivered. Yeah, Riley Flynn, pardon me. I'm like, why is she not on the roster? Maybe because I was looking at the wrong team. There's an odd thought, right? But they have a 2-0 lead. So 1 ball, no strikes as Flynn delivers, and there's a strike. As Jabel up at bat. So 1 ball, 1 strike as Flynn delivers. Oh, Listordo put her glove right there on the outside corner and did not even have to frame it. She didn't even have to move it as Flynn just crushed the target. As that's grounded, to third, wobbled a little bit, and she will be safe.
Asia was pretty fast there too.
So a runner on first, no outs as the lefty coming up to bat now as Flynn delivers the first pitch. And it is Mia, again, Campos, that is up at bat. And
you know, as a catcher, you're thinking right now you got a slapper, they're blocking your vision, and you got a slapper on the base. You're thinking go every single pitch. You're thinking she's moving every single pitch. That's the mentality that should be in their head right now, is she's going.
And again, it is the chess match, because I mean, Listordo really not setting anything up inside.
Yep.
She's kind of getting outside because she wants that throw. Oh, the off speed there, snaps it down to first, getting back. But again, just letting the runner, like you said, the little how you doing?
Yep.
I know you're there.
I'm here.
I know you're here. I know you're there, and you're going to know that I'm here. So
then you're going to stay there.
So a 2-1 count as Flynn delivers. Campos again, a 4.1 GPA, like I said, throws right, bats left, middle infield, third base. I love it. Trevor, so I like to win. I set goals for myself for the benefit of myself and for my team. So
Yeah.
I've always loved that saying. I hate losing more than I like winning.
Yeah.
Oh, as that is popped in. Oh, well, left field, and a mini liner as the wind brought that down. Seemed like it went in the air, and it kind of got about 3/4 of the way up there, Shelby, and just dropped into left field, and the base hit there for Campos. So now we have runners on first and second.
You know that angle she took to the ball, though, that's a base right there. If she takes a wrong angle, she took just the right angle where she kept her at second. If she would have taken the wrong angle, that's an extra base.
Yeah, see, yeah. I mean,
she read
and
that
again,
great.
she was maybe even a little bit too far up and had the angle she went back. Yeah, that was beautifully read as Faith Valenzuela shows bunt there. But again, corners charging in, runners on first and second. So we'll see if Valenzuela does it. Well, her favorite subject is yours too, mathematics.
Ugh. Makes me cringe when you say it.
Well, okay, no more of that. I'm done making her cringe before she puts on the gear and makes me stand in the batter's box because, yeah, not going to happen. Well, a hit wouldn't happen, I'll tell you that much.
Right.
1-1 pitch. Ooh, as Valenzuela pops it up into shallow right. And look at that. She charges in and, again, to the just tips of the infield. That's Benson. So a pinch runner, a right fielder, a home run hitter.
She does it all.
Outfield in general, I mean, I get it. Challenge of the game. I always used to say, oh, they should have made 4 outfielders, but I mean, come on. I mean, then it'd be almost impossible to get any hit in the line drives there.
Yep.
Maybe more collisions, but no, I mean, just the ground that you cover. And again, they've made it look easy.
Yep,
I will say that
absolutely.
much. I mean, just all the outfielders today, especially with the one. That's why, I mean, I had to ask, and definitely with for Del Sante with Ariana Tamaro. I mean, in center field, as busy as she was,
Oh, yeah.
that we saw too.
She was everywhere.
I gotta say, as a catcher, I mean, you're handling pitches. You're hoping your pitcher, well, knowing, but hoping your pitcher isn't wild or everything low is. Again, that's into left center. Oh, and well, coming on, but it just bounces. Well, as a run scores. Yeah, so, oh, look at that hit right there. Beautiful job on the replay.
Did you see that block by Lostordo too?
Yeah, I was just about to say to you, like on the replay, you see that?
That gets past her.
Blocks
That's
it.
another run.
So they cut the lead in half, 2-1. Runners on second and third. Oh, but this time only with 1 out, Shelby.
Oh, yes.
So only with
Love
1 out
that.
as Flynn looks at the wristband and delivers that first pitch low and away. Lostordo faking the throw to third as, oh, well, look who's at bat. That would be number 5, our dominant pitcher from the last game, Jazzy Waddell. Getting another lefty in there. Oh, well, the off-speed outside, and Lostordo fires it down to third, just wanting to
Showing
remind
off that
Campos to stay there. Inviting Campos to maybe to take a bigger lead.
Well, maybe.
So 2-1 the score now. Captain leading over Desert Thunder, but Desert Thunder cutting it in half. Oh, and look at that.
So
Jams are,
sneaky.
but it ends up being a hit. The throw home. Oh, it's low. And, oh, just missing the tag. And that's one of those throws, too. It was in the middle of her body, which it wasn't bad, but she still had a reach. Had it just been a little bit more to Lostordo's left side, I know guessing as a catcher again.
Right.
It had to be a quick throw, as we'll see on the replay, but man, she almost nails the tag. And look at this, just the softest of hits ends up being a base hit.
If she even just faked it there, did you see the runner at third? She was moving. So if she just faked it and turned around and got her at third.
Yeah, I'd rather get the runner at third and a pickle and cut off. So now we are tied up at 2 apiece as that brings Gigi Garcia in to bat. Headed into her senior year. Marana High School, 3.4 GPA. As Flynn delivers that. 1 ball and 1 strike though, but now 2 outs. And our morning set, we've seen everything. I mean, dominant pitching, we've seen hitting, solid hitting, home run, a few deep shots. I mean, a broken fence. I don't know how many times you've probably seen that in your career.
Right. Seen players everywhere too. All the range that these players have is amazing.
1 ball, 2 strike count to Garcia, and it's a 3.4 GPA. And she takes that for ball 2 up high. I think when this says describe yourself as a player, she goes, as a player, I work hard, I ask questions, I get help when needed, and I love playing the game.
Wow.
And it sounds so simple, but again, even as a little kid, like nobody wants to be the person to raise their hand. If you don't get something, ask. And she fouls that as you hear it just crush off the backstop there.
You know, like I said, I'm a teacher, and I always tell my students, like, if you don't tell me you don't know something, I will not know. So that's amazing that she's not afraid to ask those questions.
Well, she wants to get into being a dental hygienist, radiology, or an occupational therapy. So, yeah, no surprise, more medical interest here from these very talented girls who, that pitch, trying to get her to chase, but brings the count full now, 2 outs. The go-ahead run on third. So we are all tied up at 2 as Flynn now delivers, keeps it low, and it's curving, and yeah, that's Listordo just kind of giving a very, very mini Carlton Fisk for those that are, I'm aging myself, but see, I mean, I wasn't really alive for that play, but I've seen the highlight 5 million times. Keeping it fair, Listordo's like, nope, it's going foul. Go foul.
Let it go foul. I'm telling you, that ball listens to you. You talk to it.
So that brings the count to 3-2. And again, Flynn and
she's taking some hacks out there.
Absolutely, but in the first game, I mean, she had a lot of 2-out battles too. Again, it didn't affect them as much as Captain got that win on Del Sante, but that's the thing. Like, again, a lot of 2-out battles made it interesting. So.
Yep, sure have.
They were down 2-0. It was Desert Thunder. They tie it up. And now Gigi Garcia trying to see if she can give her team the lead. Full count, 2 outs. Flynn taking a little bit. Coach barking out to her what he wants as she checks the wristband. And Garcia says, well, let's do the full count one more time. A little late, but fouls it over her team's dugout. I like Tana Hoppy's answer of like saying that pitchers are maybe a little bit ahead, getting used to. I mean, again, it's been a few weeks, but like I said, I mean, I'm not saying they don't have a point, as we've seen pitchers work the strike zone, as that's fouled off again off Listordo's glove by Garcia. But I mean, as a hitter, when you're in there, it's you want to be aggressive, but like you said, make them throw strikes, but don't pass up on good pitches. And that's when you're just getting back into it. So one thing that coaches probably don't want you to do is overthink when you're up there.
Yes, overthinking can ruin it.
Yeah, see, I'd be ruined, but these girls, no, not at all. Oh, and look at that. Chops down on it, grounded to short, fired across the infield for the out. Very, very solid play there.
Like I said earlier, this dirt is so hard. Taking some weird hops.
All right, well, 2-2 is the score through 1. We're going to step aside. You are checking out Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball here in Payson. 2-2 between Captain and Desert Thunder. As we are back now, top of the second inning. Coverage of Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball is brought to you by Floodstream, high-definition television broadcasts and live streaming of sports, conferences, and live events nationwide. Learn more at floodstream.com. With Shelby Pacheco, Michael Caratanudo, as well, Allie Noble behind the plate for Julia Holt. And Noble, 2023, finished her freshman year with just a cool 4.13 GPA. She was a National Elementary Honor Society, National Junior Honor Society, and Odyssey of the Mind. She was a world finalist in 2015, took 4th place, and in 2016 took 8th. So, yeah, Miss Noble behind the plate's not going to have any problem keeping this going. But as Julia Holt, like I said, the pitcher, I mean, that first inning, man, she displayed the array
she did.
of the pitches, and I'm sure she probably still has a little bit more, but man, that ball that, again, it's moving, but it seriously looks like a bowler throwing a ball that's breaking.
It does.
And then we'll spin it side. Ooh, she knocked that off her glove. Looked like she's okay as getting the hit there. That's Sarah Van Wickler, Horizon Husky. Well, she'll be heading into her junior year. Van Wickler is a freshman, like I said, perfect fielding percentage, and even though it was short this year, I mean, was already batting .222, had scored 17 runs, a double, had 3 stolen bases, and I'll say a 907 fielding percentage.
Oh.
So yeah,
okay,
getting it done.
Yeah.
She's on first base now, beating that out, and that will bring up number 6, Adriana Coira. Just in case if you missed our first game, which Shelby and I were kind of bummed you did, but Coira, just a reminder, a 4.66 GPA, number 1 in a class of 742 as she heads in to her junior year at Boulder Creek High School. Again, just excellent range as a defender. You'll see it, a good slapper, and you'll see her speed because we saw it in the first game, saw it in the first tournament as she had no thought of swinging at that, but just stepped forward as a slapper and says, nope, that's a ball. So she's ahead in the count 2-1. As Holt delivers, and the bunt. But it just, she just got the teeny bit on top of it. She kept the barrel of the bat up. She didn't drop it for a pop-up, but it just dropped right underneath it. That pitch just dropped down at the perfect time. Well, literally. Not for her, but for Holt to drop down at the perfect time.
Yep. And if she's reading that defense, she would have seen the first baseman all the way back at her base. Like, that's a great spot to place that bunt.
Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Van Wickler on first, and look at that, slaps it down to third. Van Wickler will get thrown out at second, but no chance of getting Coira. Like I said, the speed is.
Right.
And even if they didn't go to second first, it may have been tough to get her. That was a high hopper,
it was.
like you said. And you talked that in the second game, how the infield seemed fine, but a little bit harder. I mean, the ball was really popping off it. So that brings up, Maya Boostet, heading into her senior year with a 4.44 GPA, is that first pitch by Holt low and away for ball 1. Boostet as a freshman at Vista Grande, batted .351, had 18 runs, 12 RBIs, 3 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs, 9 stolen bases, or 1 triple, 9 stolen bases as a freshman.
Pretty quick.
I say, adjusted to varsity pitching, yes, you nailed it perfectly, very quickly. Even up the count at 1-1. But you said, Vista Grande, the other school, obviously, in Casa Grande.
Right.
Like you said, the rival.
Yeah, it definitely is a rival.
Well, she is looking, kind of like you said, counseling and family studies, you were telling me, Boostet, but looking to get into psychology. So,
okay.
Yes, grad school definitely on the horizon.
Right.
Boostet, but I'm sure the undergrad. Oh, is that? Look at that.
What a smart play.
Wow, Coira got picked off and again, that wasn't even one of her bigger rounds.
No.
She came off second base, or she came around it, but man, what a just rip back there. It was bobbled and I guess you could say froze Coira a little bit.
That's what it was.
But man. Well,
smart play.
As, of course, the wind picks back up for Benson, blowing in. So maybe the home run gods are saying, well, you're going to have to really push this one out.
Right.
We saw what she did last time, the first game, I should say, as Jolie Benson. Man, this wind. After the morning, when I'm done, the wind's probably just going to stop the rest of the day, right? 1-0 to Benson, as Gilbert High School. So grounds to second and the force out. So that will end the top half of the inning. As, man, you look at, I mean, again, like I said, Jolie Benson earlier, I mean, 3.9 GPA, overhand throw, 69 miles an hour.
Oh.
So, when,
Pretty quick.
and you saw her in the outfield again. She makes that catch. I mean, again, she
Yep.
had to charge in, but if it's deep, you see that, you're gonna think twice about challenging her on tagging up.
Oh yeah, that's where stats come in. You got to know who you're up against.
And like I said, a lot of these girls, again, some playing on the same team, club team, but some playing on the same high school team, so you have an idea. But again, showcase play like this, I mean, doing such a phenomenal job. And these girls have battled back. But Northern Arizona Elite Pitch Softball is brought to you by the City of Payson, 7,000 feet above sea level atop the Mogollon Rim, a picturesque destination for wilderness adventures of all ages. Visit PaysonRimCountry.com. And yeah, I mean, when the sun's hiding and you get a little bit of a breeze like this, it's cooled down.
Oh yeah, those clouds have definitely been in our favor today.
Well, there's Lynn back on the mound. And Riley Lynn getting a 4.30 GPA. Good rise ball, Jack. We've seen that from her.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know if we've seen a ton of the curve from her, but a curve and drop. So she can throw the curve as it drops. And the first pitch there by Lisette Urquidez, well, in for a base hit. So Urquidez, heading into her senior year. Look at that first pitch. And
She was ready.
man, it looked like Flint took a little bit off that, but yeah, I mean, a curveball in softball in and of itself is nasty, but she's curving it and dropping it.
You gotta have you gotta have variety when you come up to batters that you see a lot. You
Right.
gotta have that variety.
And I was going to say, a pitch like that, I mean, it's not like, I guess, being a knuckleballer in baseball. I mean, you couldn't really throw it every time because somebody would
Right.
get used to it, but man, you could, I mean, a curved drop ball would be going all over the strike zone. Look at that, a big chopper to third base there. Yes, that was Allie Noble. Canyon Del Oro again. Just finished their freshman year, like I said, with a 4.13 GPA. And they've heard you, Shelby, because a lot of hitters the last few games are really trying to crush it down into the infield because they're beating out those infield plays.
Absolutely. This ground is like a slapper's playground.
Yep. Her favorite personal memory, I like that for Allie. Family Christmas together every year.
Oh.
So, well, the 0-1 pitch there, and as that is Monica Clark. Again, goes to Canyon Del Oro. Pretty much the whole CDO team with a few Marana players sprinkled in. And look at that. Oh, right to short. Keeps it in front of her. Takes the force at second. Goes to first. Oh, and man, Clark just beats it out.
Just beats it.
Ooh.
We haven't seen a double play today, right? That's probably our closest one.
Well, in the infield, no, but we
Infield.
did see the double play outfield to third.
Right. Can't
But
forget
yes,
about that one.
infield, no, look at that. Oh,
Oh.
just beats it. Wow.
Bang, bang.
Wow. So, 2 outs, that'll send Julia Holt, the pitcher, up to bat as Williams, who's actually now in catching for captain. They've done that before. Skylar Williams is as there's a strike by Flynn. Skylar Williams also headed into her junior year. Oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah. It looks like she hesitated to throw, did Williams, and then it looks like the runner was almost hesitant as well, too.
Yeah.
About it. She's like, oh, I'm going to go. I'm not. She's not throwing. Now I'm going to go. And then Williams.
She saw it in the dirt, but she didn't know how far away it was from the catcher.
Yeah, fires it down. Monica Clark was like, oh, man. And then,
great throw
again,
by
like
Williams.
I said to you in the first game, it's like, you know, playing, even though it's video games and none of these girls may have played up a Frogger. I mean, if you hesitate, the trouble is we'll see.
Off her knees, too. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that. She could have stood up, but look at that.
Perfect.
Fired it. Oh.
That placement, perfect.
That's what I was going to say. Fired it to the first base side.
Right. Yep.
And again, that's one thing. And people think, oh, you know, it's so. I don't like to use the word easy, but like, yeah, I mean, it's logical. Yeah, of course, you know, you got a runner coming from second. Well, yeah, I mean, they're making the throw again from their knees. Even if you like stand up to throw it, still, I mean, to deliver that as the runners, like you said, you're not having all time to like, oh, let me just get in rhythm with it. I mean, you're firing it down there, and that throw, absolutely perfect.
Decisions you got to make in seconds.
As Julia Holt comes back out on the mound. Getting a 3.93 GPA for Holt, 1080 on the SATs. Oh, well, a little bit different up. Her major is in history. She might be going down the teaching road with that. You could see. Oh, a favorite softball memory. Utah, like I said, with my team. I knew you'd like that. Kobe Bryant, favorite athlete. Huh. And then, yes, a great quote. And I love this. I saw this like back in her first game when she came up to bat, and I was waiting for her to come up again, but she's obviously pitching now. But Jackie Robinson's life is not a spectator sport.
That's
so
great.
True. But Holt will, and now, look who you have stepping in. Riley Nielsen got a little bit of a break, and
she sure is.
The dominant pitcher, and again hitter as well. First pitch, and a high hopper. And look at that beautiful play at third base. And she steps in, has to jump up there, and man, what a play.
Absolutely.
And that was Valenzuela who made that play, but man, look at Faith there, just. And again, another hit like you're talking about, Shelby, that went hard into the infield. And look at that. Flynn goes first pitch. Look at that. Oh, pitcher paying attention to what Holt's been doing and maybe figuring, okay, I saw what you did there, so.
Right.
Riley Flynn takes the hit right there. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is Flynn's favorite movie.
Oh, that's a funny one.
Classic.
That is a classic.
As now Skylar Williams will step in against Holt, and we'll see what Williams, again, just behind the plate, had that sick throw down to second base to pick Clark off to end the top half of the inning. But we are all knotted up at 2, as now Flynn, pardon me, on first base. As Williams just fouls that off, so that'll even up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh.
Other interesting facts about Williams. I love this. She goes, started playing softball at age 7 because my parents wouldn't let me play tackle football. She lines that as the, oh man. Well, she was trying to swing for the fences on that. I'm going to say, Shelby, that the wind definitely had other ideas.
Right.
But yeah, for Williams saying that her started playing softball at 7 because her parents wouldn't let her play tackle football, ended football career with the championship and MVP trophy at 7.
Oh. Hey.
So I'm guessing she might have a little bit of that physical mentality behind the plate. If you're going to try and run into her, she's not going to like it.
That's a place to be.
Well, the 1-2 pitch from Holt, and Williams, as the wind picks up, that ball drops down, evens it up at 2-2 with 1 out. as, again, Flynn on first base. Now the wind really blowing in from left field. As Williams will pop it up into right field. The wind pushing it back, but the catch is made a few feet before the fence there, but a solid celebrating with her teammates right there.
You really have to track it down all the way until it hits your glove with this wind. You don't know when it's gonna.
And obviously you get going to the outfield a little more distance balls in the air a little longer. But how is wind affecting pitchers? I mean, if they're a rise ball pitcher, curve drop, I mean, does it affect them a lot?
I couldn't tell you. My guess is yes, but I couldn't tell you. It may even help them at that, make their ball.
So
move
when
a
you were
little
catching
bit
in the wind, your pitchers were just hitting your spot. You're like,
yeah.
Here's the glove, hit the spot.
Oh yeah, they were that good.
You're like, there you go. As now Caitlin Parsons, and finished her freshman year with a 3.71 GPA at Hamilton High School. As she's teammates with Listordo on this team and high school team. As that pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know what I can tell you though is elevation definitely affected our pitchers. Elevation affected them big time.
On
our pitchers when they pitched, and the elevation made their ball move way more.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So not so much wind, but when you start getting up, I mean, I know NAU with whoa, is the wind really letting the scores table know that it's here?
Man.
And so you're saying the elevation, even if they were normal rise ball pitchers, it would even pop the ball up more?
Oh yeah. So like when people would come and they would play in Utah, elevation was crazy there. So when they would come and play there, they would just not know what to do because the ball was just moved so much, you know. But then that was a disadvantage to us too, because when we played elsewhere, the ball didn't move as much because we are used to the elevation.
Right. And that's I gotta think nerve-wracking, especially like you're saying for a visiting team's pitcher, because if you're the visiting team's pitcher, but as a catcher, your rise ball again, you used to start it at one angle, but then you're like, oh, maybe I gotta drop it lower. Now, as that 3-1 pitch to Parsons, and that's into wow, spinning away. And Parsons is going to round second. Flynn is going to help her own cause and touch home plate, and Parsons is going to have a triple. And right there, talking about the wind as it's spun away, as both the center fielder and right fielder we see are charging there, Shelby. But the center fielder got there, and it's hits the turf, spins away the wind. I mean, that just nastily pushed it, as we'll see.
May have been a miscommunication as well. They look at each other after like, you called it. No, you called it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looked like the right fielder had more of a track to it, but that wind definitely pushed it, so they get one more run in, and they are up 3-2 is Captain. As Listordo on the 1-0 pitch swings into center field. Oh, and it's just going to drop for Listordo. And the wind brought that down as another run is in. And that makes it 4-2 now. As we see Haley Coos coming up. As Parsons talking to her again. Communicate. And like I was saying, without the video, I mean, we've seen that from all teams after at-bats. Every batter saying, hey, I missed on this, or hey, I really got this, look for this. And we'll see what Holt comes back with 13 trailing 4-2. Coos, look at that. Opposite field, into right field, throw to first, and it gets her. Oh, a solid throw there. Well, maybe making up for the error, though 2 runs do come in, but a solid throw in right field. And that will end, that will end the 3rd inning. Whew. Wow. Just, look at that. You see her, and she's, nice stretch there on first base.
Wow.
And that just becomes much play. Well, we are coming to you here from Payson, the 2020 Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball. Of more action coming up here on Floodstream. 2020 Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball, as we are back here in Payson leading off for Desert Thunder. That is the pitcher, Julia Holt. As well, we have another pitcher now for captain. And Riley Nielsen, maybe not going to as dominant as she was early, but that is number 80, Haley Coos, who's pitcher, third, first again. Multiple positions, Shelby, and it's one of those things where she comes in and, well, they're ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes right away. And Skylar Williams still behind the plate. And look at that, Holt grounds it between. Oh! Knocked down and a chance.
Oh my goodness.
And she, wow.
Wow. That's why you never give up on a play.
Absolutely. As Olivia Lastordo tried to make the play, her second baseman, who else? We talked about the range and the speed.
Williams.
For Coira at second base.
Yeah.
Coira at second base, and the range right there. And it looked like Lastordo had a chance to make the play, and the ball just got by her. But man, we saw her on the replay. Wow. And like you said, a new pitcher coming in as Cruz coming in gets that first out. Now back up at the plate is Aja Bell, and she, well, fouls it off the backstop. And again, it's gotta. It's probably for you as a catcher. I mean, for me sitting right here, it just seemed like that the ball was almost like in slow motion, that the runner was easily going to beat it out. But again, we saw what Coira did at second base and just went right through there. And it was one of those things where she, like I said, just Lastordo getting almost a little bit out of sorts, but gets right back to first base, and just something like that to make it look that easy is just wow. So routine play from second base. Let me just range about 20 feet to my left, like it's nothing.
No big deal.
As Bell grounds it to short, fires it to Lastordo, and man, making the play right there is Nielsen. Actually is at third base, and that is Maya Boostet at shortstop.
To go from pitcher to third, that's a big deal.
It was so funny. I was just about to say that to you, but well, and as Cruz delivers the first pitch there. For a strike to Mia Campos again. As she steps in from CDO, and look at that. And well, it goes into, well, I was going to say shallow center, but charging on for the third out there. Making the catch is the center fielder, as man, just pops out right there, but 4-2 the score. And yeah, so when you're coming out with and I was going to say, I was going to wonder if we're going to see a different pitcher, but Desert Thunder coach has no problem going with both his pitchers. I mean, we're having his pitchers go the distance, as obviously we saw it with Wendell the last game, and Holt again. I mean, it's
they have a variety of pitchers too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As Holt comes out and she's just gotten into a groove. I mean, a 4-2 game. Again here in the fourth inning. Always, again, as warming up as you have your third baseman down the line by the catcher. I always found that as a little bit could be distracting for the pitcher, but not so much. You guys are way too focused to let something like that bug you. Oh, this is interesting. As Cruz going down to, coach first base. And let's see, And leading off now for captain, that's number 5, Jordan McMahon, again, who's headed into her freshman year.
Wow.
And she'll be playing at Sunny Slope High School. And wants to get in possibly to business and marketing.
Oh, okay.
So the lefty steps in to face Holt. Oh, and again, finished through middle school with a 4.0 GPA. So nothing below A's for McMahon. And again, to play, I mean, obviously up in age, like you said, the speed of the game. I mean, freshmen. That's why you see so many freshmen playing varsity, because again, you see a senior dominant pitcher might take a bat or two, I know, to obviously get used to what they're doing and the speed. But man, I mean, her coming in again, going up there as Holt. Well, looks like that bowling ball did not break inside for her that time.
Nope.
That is just
that bowling.
And the pitchers we've seen in general, Shelby, obviously have had movement, but just the way she spins it like that is just different than how it comes off her hand. And
it does look very spinny in her hand when she lets go of it.
I was gonna say it's different from. I mean, again, we've seen a lot of power, we've seen a lot of phenomenal placement. I'm just saying her delivery is it just. And again, sometimes that spin breaks in hard, and other times it stays outside. So there, again, good luck if you're the hitter, right?
Right, and then she has the off speed, so no big deal.
Joel McMahon with a 2-2 count fouls that back. And Holt delivers, the 2-2 pitch, and look at that. Slap again. And I get it. It's like anything else, people say in sports, muscle memory, but I don't, to me, I've always said, watching softball just throughout the years, I don't care how many times you practice slap hitting, it is still one of the most unnatural things when you have a ball, especially, again, you have the fastballs that we've seen with movements, rise balls, and you're sitting there running towards it, and you're slapping it down like it's nothing for a base hit.
Right. You're taking away the more feet right there.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen our fair share of batters way back in the box, and they start way back and they end up, and it's just
pretty.
Again, something that would seem very, even like I said with practice, more unnatural. But you see slap hitters, and even at the, I mean, you've seen it at the Division I level. I mean, they're slap hitters, but then they're like punching it. Forget the chop hits in the infield. They're punching it into the outfield.
Yeah.
Like you said, as they're taking away feet from a ball that's either breaking or just trying to whiz right by them, and you're just like, nope, gonna go right at it.
Right. No fear.
So is McMahon now has a full count, 3-2. Holt's trying to. He's going to make her keep doing it. Slap hitter, just foul it off.
3-2.
Yeah, I wanted to finish that thought up because we went to break. But you're saying obviously in the altitude, but for like rise ball pitchers. But did you see? A lot more pitchers that were even maybe trying to throw, like you said, the drop pitches that actually they kind of like came up and helped you guys as an advantage. Your hitters getting some nice deep hits. That's fouled off.
With the drop ball?
Yeah, because you're saying in the altitude, you're saying rise balls, they'll jump up, but if a pitcher has that control, but even a drop ball, they might, let me start a little higher, but then it drops down. It's in the sweet spot of your strike zone. Did you guys see a lot of that?
Well, then that's when you have to lower your strike zone. So you start low and then it ends lower. So you're not necessarily starting on the strike zone, and then it goes lower. You start low, and then it's
so
lower.
You're saying it more so affected the rise balls not drop as much because even though the altitude, because you're starting low anyway, and it's not really gonna.
Right.
Not really going to push it up with the way, obviously, how it leaves their hand and how they're releasing.
Right. I definitely saw it affect the rise ball the most, though. It just carries it up.
Well, she has seen her about 10th pitch of this at-bat as McMahon just keeps fouling it off. And look at that, the slapper towards second to speed, and she beats it out. Gets the infield hit.
She got out of that box quick.
Yeah, and it went to the that was Mackenzie Barney. We'll see her right there at second base again. She took a few steps to her left, got there quickly though. And again, it's not like she was waiting on that ball. Slapped it, but man, the speed. Well, again, you could see why the freshman might be playing varsity next year. Is all I'm gonna say at Sunny Slope. So she's on first.
Oh.
And
right in the gap.
yes, and the first pitch again for Van Wickler. I was just about to say, Horizon, I love Sarah Van Wickler in the box, and she says, yeah, I am, not for long.
Right.
Because even when she got in the last game, again, new pitcher, first pitch, base hit, first pitch now. It's been in the game, but like you said, I mean, when you're coming up as a pinch hitter too, just the things of paying attention. Not that you're in the regular season, like you said, watching film, you can depend on that, but just watching, oh, well, this is what they're doing. Okay, coach, let me go up and hit.
Oh,
it's Coira lays down. Oh, it just goes foul.
Wow. Wow. Oh, she was out of the box.
Oh, I thought it was a foul, but right.
He said it was a dead ball. I'm pretty sure she stepped out of the box.
Well, there's a lot of footprints around there, and the umpire is pointing at one. And
I mean, it is
the
really
coach is
hard.
going to say, but yeah, he was right there, and I mean, as a slap hitter, I know that's a thing too. You can't.
That's
be out of the
something we
box when
can't
you
see
make
in the
contact.
stands,
I
you know.
And we're not even that far away, and I'm still.
Right.
I mean, I still can't. I was like, really? She was out of the box? Like, no, but no, yeah, she was. And that's the other thing and talking about slap hitting and how we've seen it today is, and you can't make contact out of the box, so you're running up. Like you said, you're taking foot two away, and then you better make contact before you're out of the box.
Right. That's a skill.
So it's Boostet now. Maya Boostet will come up to the batter's box. In 2019, Boostet had a 1.278 OPS and a .893 fielding percentage. So her game is very solid.
Yeah, not too bad.
For the senior to be with the 4.44 GPA. She said hobbies and interest clubs, nothing but softball.
Okay, then. Oh, my.
You have got to be kidding.
Wow.
The run will score as McMahon will come around, but the diving play.
Wow.
Well, I think she just took the defensive play away from Tamaro there on that. And Williams, too, with the.
Had a last-minute hop on it. Like, how do you play that?
Like, she started her dive before it hopped and then adjusted her glove mid-air. That is absolutely a phenomenally talented, disgusting play there.
Yeah.
As we'll see on the replay. I mean, look at that.
Oh, wow.
And
that's great base running, too, though. She noticed that, hey, I'm moving, I'm going. And
so,
in midst of the great play, she scored.
Well, with 2 outs, now we have the home run hitter, Jolie Benson, coming up to hit for captain. Again, we'll see what she can try and push in this wind as she lines it to left field. Well, it's not going to be a home run. It's going to hit the fence. But coming around, it's only actually it's a ground rule double. They're going to say because it got, maybe I forgot. Oh, yeah, it's coming from the other side of the fence, so I'm guessing it bounced over or it ricocheted through.
Or under, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Nonetheless, it will be a ground rule double for Benson. Well, she brought a challenge. She accepted the challenge from the win there.
Right.
Probably as she pushed that there. And now we actually are going to have a pitching change as that was Julia Holt's last batter. We're going to have Lisette Urquidez, who's going to check in. And heading into her senior year, Tucson High, which is very close, obviously, to the University of Arizona.
Right.
Tucson High, not too far, as obviously you've played at U of A, seeing it there, but 3.8 GPA. Undecided on the major interests going. So again, she's got a little bit of time. Interests outside of softball, walking my dog.
Oh.
Absolutely love it.
It's the best hobby.
Favorite personal memory, fighting with my brother. Yeah, everything we've read from Urquidez, like it's short one-word answers to the point, which obviously makes sense. And the truth is definitely right there.
She's definitely to the point. We might see a little bit of more velocity in her too. She's throwing pretty hard.
I was about to say, you could hear the snap there as Noble behind the plate, last few pitches, snapping in the glove there.
Yeah.
Oh, but now she gets her first batter. Guess what? You get to face Riley Nielsen. And Nielsen, look at that. First pitch swinging right back to her. And, well, she needed one pitch to get the last out.
I think she had more warm-up pitches than than actual.
But, you know, that's Nielsen's kind of MO, because last time when she got that big hit, she first pitch, and she drove it right into the outfield. So
right.
We'll step aside. 5-2 the score. Captain leading. And now, well, as Desert Thunder comes up to bat, we'll see if they can get a rally going. We definitely know they have the bats.
Absolutely.
More action coming up here from the 2020 Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball, by the way, is brought to you by Mac Media, the largest Apple Premier sales and service provider in the Southwest, proudly serving the Valley for 21 years. 2 locations to serve you, Old Town, Scottsdale, and Peoria, or visit macmediainc.com. We'll be back with more action. Should have read that coming back, not going out, but whatever. Back here at the 2020 Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball here in Payson. Leading off is Faith Valenzuela for Desert Thunder. As, Haley Cruz stays in as pitcher. Again, she got 3 pretty quick outs coming into the game.
Sure did.
And we saw Urquidez get a really quick out. She came into the game, and, well, the
one and done.
0-1 pitch there by Valenzuela, fouled down the third base line. Now she also used to, as the 0-2 pitch. Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, taking a little bit off, getting the high strike there. She used to train with her dad in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, did Valenzuela, so.
Very interesting.
Well, very disciplined and very interesting. Oh, big hop there as that goes off Boostet. And in position, again, it just took that nasty high hop and ricocheted off her. So the base hit there for Valenzuela.
We've seen so many of those today.
Runner on first as they trail 5-2. Williams, all that pitch low and outside. As Naya Campos at bat. Oh, as that bounces in front of Williams.
Probably a good decision right there from the base runner.
Yeah, Valenzuela decided, I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
So ahead in the count, 2-0 is Campos. That'll be a junior. Oh, and look at that. Listordo goes to second, gets the lead runner. Campos will be safe, but I'd be a good coach with the over-obvious, Shelby, about, cut off the lead runner. Having runners further away from home plate's a good thing. So
absolutely, always should be going after the lead runner.
And it's so, I mean, Lasordo obviously knew where she was, and that she was a teeny bit off first base, but so hard for, especially your first baseman, again, of her height at 6'1", maybe not to try and stretch, tag first and rip it to second, but gets the lead runner. And with one out, a runner on first, and the first pitch to Jazzy Waddell from San Manuel High School. And just a dominant pitching performance we saw in the last game. As that off speed, well, climbs the ladder there, and Waddell, as a pitcher, says, yeah, no, that's out of the strike zone.
Right. I'm not going after that.
She probably says ball before the ump called it. No, she wouldn't do that. Yeah, just, again, the wind kind of mellow now, but it's definitely had its gusts as Coos delivers, and Waddell fouls it off. So that'll make the count 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Snaya Campos on first base. Like I said, the back-to-back lefties, but and you see Waddell again more up in the batter's box, but not being a slap hitter. I mean, she wants the ball early.
Yes, she does.
She gets it as Coos delivers, and look at that, right past the shortstop, and she will take her base hit going the opposite way there. Just barely getting past short. Coos again looking at the wristband, as we've seen obviously a lot of that with the call. And the first pitch is in for a strike there to Mackenzie Barney. Barney saying, as a player, she's always eager to play, and she can adapt easily to new concepts such as different plays and positions.
Ah.
Okay, well.
Great. Means she's willing to learn, right?
Yeah, soccer, volleyball, and gymnastics. So, again, different disciplines, but working well. So, behind in the count now, 0-2. Again, runners on first and second. Her team down 5-2. And look at that, goes to another opposite field hit. And is there going to be a play to the plate? No, Listordo's going to cut it off and hold it. And coming around to score is Maya Campos. So that will make it 5-3 now in favor of Captain. So both teams going a little back and forth.
Yeah.
As Lisette Quitas will come up to bat, as we see here on the, look at that on the replay, and look at that, just pushing it to right field.
Oh, yeah. That was an inside pitch too, right?
Yeah, she definitely went inside out there and didn't have much of a gap to get it through, and somehow she did.
Right.
So now runners on first and second, 1 run in, making it 5-3. As Urquidez, again, pitcher, first and third base. And she swings at the first pitch, drives it on a shallow left.
Goodness.
You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. As, well, she goes from, here we go again, pitching to left field, as that was Riley Flynn making that play.
Right, when we say that was a...
Yeah, pitcher and utility. Well, look at Flynn here. Man. She has to charge in, and look at that, just getting
and then to hold on to that while she's rolling around out there.
Yes, and not even before she starts to roll, just putting her glove, let the umpire know, like, hey, didn't touch the ground.
Right.
So with 2 outs now, again, runners still on first and second for Cruz, as that first pitch is outside. As that is number 33. Yeah, it's a catcher, Allie Noble. Again, the freshman that finished her first season with a first year of high school with a 4.13 GPA. As a 1-1 pitch, and slow roller to third, fired across the infield. But
wow, what an arm.
Yeah, Listordo able to make the play there, so they get one of the runs back. As it is 5-3 now.
Such a good game, so close.
Oh yeah, they've definitely done just a different pitchers, and we've seen, and I get it. Showcase wise, not wanting to maybe go to one pitcher, use one pitcher too much, but man, I mean, they have just delivered, and delivered even more.
Absolutely.
And that is something, again, I've seen it more so recently, but a lot of, instead of signaling from the bench, just barking out numbers to the pitcher or to the catcher, and the catcher will give a sign to the pitcher.
Yep.
Just having the wristband on, again, you can, got to be more secretive. Coaches are always looking for that secretive advantage.
Oh yeah. It's definitely new in travel ball to use the band. I know when I was playing travel ball about 8-9 years ago, we never used the band, so that's pretty new. But then in college too, like, you had to use the band. People would watch film so much that they knew every single play, every single every single sign that you had, so you had to use the band.
Yeah, peripherally they feel the catcher, like the catcher, whether you're setting up maybe like an inch or two inside, or then you go outside, and even though they're concentrating on the pitcher, they feel you, and they're like, oh, I know where this pitch is going. I know he's coming on this count.
Oh yeah. Or they have the runner at second trying to tell you where it's going to be placed.
Well, the girl that made the disgustingly awesome catch in left field, Riley Flynn, will lead it off for captain. As look at that, we got Riley Nielsen going down there to coach first base.
All right, here we go. I like how you say that. Disgustingly awesome.
No, I mean, well, it's
That's
a
great.
phenomenal play. I mean, like you said, it's just even. Like I said, to put her arm up before she even starts the glove up, that she had the ball. And, look at that. First pitch drives it into, shallow center. I think the wind helped push that back, because that was good contact.
It was. You heard it, too, right off the bat.
Yeah, that right into center field.
Asia has definitely been busy out there in center field.
Yes, I was just about to say, we've seen center field get very busy today, is now Skylar Williams comes up to bat. As Williams takes ball one there from Urquidez. This wind just does not want to stop, I will say that. Going from left to right. Oh, 1-1 count. One out. Skylar Williams. Again, she's been the batter for the team that's, again, showed that look. Oh, goes down to get that. Well, it's fair, and wow.
What a great throw.
Oh, my goodness gracious. As Valenzuela, again, gobbled it up, and just on, can't even say an in-between hop, just very low, and just had the glove right there. Said, no, hot corner, no problem.
Right.
And, he said gathered herself and fired it over to first base for the second out. So Caitlin Parsons takes the first pitch from Urquidez, a little high, ball one, as she signals to Noble that was her bad about the placement of the pitch. I saw that right away. She's kind of tapped herself, so that's me. So, well, Noble had her glove right where that one was for a strike to Parsons. And Hamilton High School, she ended her freshman year with a 3.71 GPA. Math, English, and history, her favorite subjects. Was born in San Diego, lived there till she was 12. Shelby, and she loves coffee.
Yeah, I love coffee as well. Can't live without it.
As that pitch, well, maybe
I thought
across
that
in the
was a
strike
little high.
zone. Well, when it was caught, but where it crossed, it was close. So it's a count of 2-1. As Parsons, again, a powerful hitter. Well, we saw her solid corner defending both at first and third.
Oh,
So
yes.
speaking of first base fouls, that off the first baseline. I think last time in Prescott we set a record for home runs. This time we've set a record for foul balls.
Oh,
I mean, the wind has had a lot to do with that.
Absolutely. They've definitely been fighting off a bunch of pitches today.
So Urquidez again looking into Noble. And there's a strike. So that'll bring the count full to Parsons. Van Wickler, Nielsen, very like first pitch centric. And yeah, they've showed patience obviously and gotten hits, but Parsons every time at bat has definitely worked the count. 3-2 pitch, and she will foul that off at a play down. The obviously space there down the third baseline, you say left field line. Getting a lot of ground to cover. You can get there and make a play. A little tough, but definitely a lot of ground to cover. (5-3) the score here as Captain leading over Desert Thunder. Wow, nice contact there as it's in the right. The wind's pushing it out. Oh, it is not a home run. It bounces, hits off the fence, and oh. Well, it got fired back in. Man, that's a very, we'll see here on the replay, a deep double. Yeah, look at that. Outside part of the plate, she just guided it to the opposite field.
And that wind, you just don't know.
Yeah, it really looked like she thought it was going to go for a home run, then she sees it bounce, but man, just nasty toughness there for the outfielders. So Olivia Listordo will step into the batter's box. Listordo was off to a good start this season at Hamilton. And wow, she hits that, and that'll be, well, that's going to hit and score a run as Benson comes around. Courtesy runner again as Benson scores, makes it 6-3 now in favor of Captain. As Listordo gets the RBI, and we'll have a courtesy runner for Listordo as well as, and again, the wind just, center fielder, that's just a lot to run down, but
absolutely.
As Haley Coos takes the first pitch, ooh, trying to pick off the Benson, the courtesy runner.
She's pretty quick.
Yes, absolutely. As she's running for Listordo, so she's on second. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and Haley Coos, soon to be junior at Gilbert High School. A 1-1 pitch. Oh. Guida's felt that she definitely outside corner along within the strike zone, but maybe just a little bit outside there, so that'll make it 2-1. Runner on second, a 6-3 lead, and Coos fouls that onto the backstop on the other field. As you can see, the wind, I mean, when it starts picking up, it's really going hard across, like swirling across the field from left to right.
It is. Making every play hard to read.
As that pitch by Urquidez tails off outside. Oh, so now Jenny C. Lopez is back behind the plate, as we saw her in the first game as she was catching Jazzy Waddell. She's going back out there talking to Urquidez. Again, she didn't start the game at catcher as Noble did, and Noble was in there for the beginning of Urquida's relief appearance. Just trying to get on the same page. Like you said, as a catcher, when taking those timeouts, and even Jazzy talked about that, how it's just, yeah, they're on the same page, and it's kind of that role. It's not messing with their flow.
Right.
And that Urquida's goes inside there that time, as that is deep to right center field.
Oh, my goodness.
And it will be a ground rule double as it spins just far enough away from the center fielder, but as the right fielder's trying to track it down too, and the wind just makes it drop right in between them.
Right. And I'm sure the bouncy turf has something to do with all these ground rule doubles.
I mean, she makes good contact there. Does Coos helping her own cause.
It just bounces off of that turf.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And that makes it 7-3 as you see the run score there. And the utility, well, the catcher and utility player, Maddie Muehling, will come up. Definitely wants to get into the medical field. That's her interest. And I have won awards for her artwork. It's something people would know about her. So only a solid softball player, but winning awards for the artwork is Muehling, as she is ahead in the count 1-0 as Urquides delivers and make it 2-0 as Muehling says, yeah, that was the middle of the plate, but that was chin high, so does not swing at that one. Well, it bounces and Lopez blocks it, but it just goes to her left, so hustling over to third. Again, 2 outs.
2 outs.
Very challenge of the 2 outs.
She did her job, though. She kept it in front of her.
Yes, she did, and well, she right there.
Well, was that the time?
Oh, I want to say yes. Coach is just congratulating. So, yeah, that would be the umpire did say ball game. So, well, captain gets the 7-3 victory. And be interesting to see who we're talking to. Looks like it might be.
Yeah, she was.
I see Benson standing out there, but I don't. Yes, we do have. Oh, well, no, she's stepping in. We will wait for. It looked like that was Jolie Benson that was gonna be talking, but the coaches talking to the team, so we'll hopefully get. All right, we are back here, the 2020 Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball, and we are joined by Captains Riley Flynn. Riley, obviously, congrats on the game. It's got to feel good, obviously, these last few terms to get out here and be playing some softball again, but you've adapted well. I know it was tough, obviously tough during the pandemic to practice, but it looks like you've adjusted very well.
Yeah, definitely. I've been trying to stay up on working out and practicing, even though now gyms are closed and things like that, but working out at home and having my family keep me accountable for working out and doing different stuff.
Well, accountable, I mean, you go from pitching, that play in left field, I mean, you come charging in, you even put the glove up before you start rolling to leave no doubt for the umpire. So I'm just going to guess you've practiced that one a million times to make that look so easy, right?
Oh, yeah, it was very graceful, as you could tell. But Wynn definitely was moving the ball a little bit when it was in the air, so trying to get to it as fast as I could, basically, and managed to put a glove on it.
And getting back at her lastly, I mean, after all this time, like I said, I know, like you said, practicing at home has been tough and working out, but just, I mean, to see your team get back on the same page, I mean, the communication, obviously the pitching seems there. Are you, I guess, in a way surprised how fast it's come back, because you guys are playing very well together?
Yeah, everybody's really been playing very well. I mean, everybody, I feel like, has been also keeping themselves accountable and working out and doing different stuff. But, yeah, definitely got back into the swing of things fast, and I think everybody adapted pretty well.
Well, hey, obviously, congrats on the game. And, yes, you know why it's a graceful catch? Because it wasn't out, Riley.
Exactly.
So congrats on that, and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Well, that is Riley Flynn. We see her right there, Shelby, and it's one of those things where, like I said, she makes that play, but momentum going back and forth. And like you said, I mean, catchers making the blocks because extra bases, outfielders making plays, firing it back in. It's obviously for the morning session. The afternoon's got, I know a lot of talent, but a little bit to live up to.
Oh yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure out here watching these young girls. Makes me want to get back on that field.
Well, before we get out of here, I just want to thank the sponsors, obviously the city of Payson, Mac Media, pardon me, and Floodstream, covering Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball. And it has been brought to you by Floodstream, high-definition television broadcast and live streaming of sports, conferences, and live events nationwide. You can learn more at floodstream.com for our phenomenal entire Floodstream crew, bringing you the great replays. And obviously for Shelby Pacheco, the awesome catcher out of, well, Casa Grande, played at Utah. I'm Michael Caratino. Don't go too far. We'll have afternoon action coming up here as you are watching the Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball here on Floodstream.